Cheer. You already know it's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Your boy's back and I done did it again. What's going on? Shout out to everybody in here. You already know it's your boy. Shout out Renee. Shout out Idu Reyes. Shout out to Sarah. Sarah says, what's going on? The stream's about 15 minutes ago. My fault, my guy, yo. Basically had a little situation. I had to go in and technical difficulties with the microphone, so I had to restart the whole computer and everything. So yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, hello. So yeah, guys, listen. We are about to start looking for job opportunities that's out here. Okay, let me go in and give me a second. Turn on the light up in here. Here we go. Okay, cool. There we go. All right, great. So yeah, guys, as you guys come in, make sure you leave a comment and any questions that you guys might have, or any type of topics that you might have, or even jobs that you might want me to look for to see what opportunities are here. So yes. So I'm actually gonna go in and I'm gonna start with basically Webmaster, okay? Just to see what's out there with Webmaster. Then from there, we're gonna jump into front end. Then we're gonna jump into full stack or web development, right? Just overall, we're gonna search a couple of keywords to see what just popped up in the market today. All right, so in here, digital marketing, SEO, SEM specialist needed, $50,000 to $60,000, right? Remote work. Okay, let's see what they're asking for. All right, let's see. Okay, some knowledge of SEO. Okay, let's see. Experience with web platforms such as WordPress, WP Bakery plugin, Google Ads platform. Let me see what else is in here. CRM experience such as Infusionsoft, Soho, right? Understanding of Google Tag Manager. Just the basic stuff, right? Bible League International. I didn't know there was a Bible League. The BLI. He was trying to make it to the BLI. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Okay. So in here, let's see. There's not. Okay, that's interesting. This is not a job opportunity. This is an opportunity to transform lives. Okay, so if you one of God's people, right? We all God's people, right? They're looking for somebody with knowledge with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, WordPress. Okay, let me see, managing and hosting a WordPress CMS, ensuring uptime, speed, infrastructure, apply technical SEO, metadata. Okay, the basics. So again, this is a very good entry-level job position. Again, you're not gonna have like crazy interviews for this. This is a webmaster position. Pretty simple to actually get into. Let's see what else. Okay, automotive, digital marketing, webmaster. So auto audits in Farmington, New York. Okay, let's see what's in here. 60 to 80,000. Okay. SEO knowledge, strong skills. Okay, there's a position that also manages the back end of our website and our CRM. Okay, interesting. Let's see what else we have here. Webmaster in Norfolk. This is our VA, Virginia. 83,000 to 126,000 a year. All right, don't let nobody stop you. Again, a lot of people don't look into these positions, but there's definitely some markets that you basically get paid a lot, right? So oversee manage the NRHA. I don't even know what the hell is that. Let me Google it, okay? Oh, interesting. Sure, I wouldn't mind working on this project. This company seems cool. Over here, what is this about, right? The Cowboy Association. Yo, I swear to God, every time that I'll be like, man, there's not a company for this. There's not an association for this. And yes, there is. Okay, let's see what they're using in here. Okay, there's some old tech. We got some jQuery, right? I don't know the actual backend, so let's see what they're actually using here. Okay, web development. Okay, oh, it's .NET, right? Interesting. So they're using .NET for this. All right, let's see what else. There's like some small little town, $20 an hour, right? You might see some of those. I mean, if you ain't making no money, always take the job. Don't be that guy that be like, nah, I'm waiting for the dream job. Guys, no one is holding you hostage at a job, okay? If you got no job coming in or you're doing a bullshit job already and you're like, okay, this is a webmaster position, it's $20 an hour, but at least you're doing code instead of you doing whatever bullshit job you might be doing. Okay. Now, of course, if you can't survive of that, then definitely do not take it. But for those of you guys that are new, that are not working, there's opportunities there, right? So let's see, $50,000 to $80,000. WordPress web developer, SEO performance, site integrity focus. Okay. Set up PPC ready duplicates, clinic pages, custom post types. Okay. Embedded, edit custom HTML, maintain clean code. Okay, right? They want you to make sure that all of these pages are actually, you know, good to go. Help with the SEO, right? The configuration and managing of like pages that are showing up as 301, 302, 303 redirects. All right. So again, this is a WordPress position, remote patient reach 360. All right, let's see what else we have here, right? So this is what we got for today, okay, for Webmaster. Let's go in and search email developer. Okay, I'm just going to the simple stuff, see what's out there. Okay, let's see, solutions, technical. Okay, we got to go by title. So title, email developer. Okay, email campaign developer, Fanatics Commerce CRM, hybrid work in Jacksonville, Florida. All right, so let's see what's here. Set up A/B testing, of course, right? Proficiency, Adobe Journey Optimizer, basic understanding HTML, CSS. Okay, interesting. Adobe Journey Optimizer. All of these companies, they have their own ways of sending out emails. So this company is using Adobe for this. But again, if you know one of them, Klaviyo, ConvertKit, Salesforce, you pretty much know all of them because all of them work the same way. It's the same concept. You have campaigns, you set up the automations for them. You have the custom emails, right? Making sure that it's connecting to the right the right customers. So it's the same concept in all of these companies. So it don't really matter the name of whatever, ESP they're using. Okay, let me see. Location, Bolingbrook, Illinois, $35 to $40 an hour. That should be like 70 to 85,000. Let me see. Bring out the calculator. If I'm not mistaken, let's say 35 times 40 times 52. Yeah, it's around 72,000, and it's probably like 72 to 80,000 around there, which is not bad. Okay, so let's see what else they're asking for in here. They're using email marketing, member marketing, right? Email marketing, member marketing, loyalty CRM, digital. They're using Salesforce Marketing Cloud. They're using Movable Ink, okay? So interesting. Let's see what else. Understanding of CMS platforms. This is, again, why I tell you guys, definitely you want to learn content management using a CMS system, WordPress, Shopify, because that's going to basically get you started in that path. Also, too, a lot of companies that do use like email developers, they want you to have both, right? Because you will be doing, a little bit of the emails, a little bit of the actual managing of the websites, depending if it's like an agency or a company, right? And they might have multiple clients, etc. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. All right, let me see what else we have in here. Email designer / developer, code, build, test, communication, SMS, messaging, push notifications. All right, interesting. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SQL, AMP okay, Salesforce Marketing Cloud, okay, some knowledge of like MailChimp, Constant Contact, a HubSpot experience required, right? So they just want you to have that knowledge of working with an ESP. Let's see what else we have in here. Email marketing developer, contract work. This is in San Francisco. So for Sony, good old Sony. This is San Diego. For those of you guys that are in California, there's an opportunity, a little opportunity at Sony. Okay. All right. Let's see. HTML, CSS. All right. AMP script experience. All right. So pretty interesting. All right, let me go into the chat. Let me go in and give everybody a shout out that's in here. Let me see what's going on with you guys. Talk to me in the chat, guys. Talk to me in the chat. All right, this is a two-way conversation. This is not the Joe Show. I'm here for you guys. All right, by the way, for anybody that's in here, just to let you guys know, yes, we have Memorial Day sale. We extended it until Friday. So for those of you guys that been wanting to get in there on codingphase.com, you have access to it right now, 30% off for any one of you guys that's interested in it. All right, so I'll show you guys right now where you got to go. It's very simple. You come to the description of this video. Okay, right there we have two important links in here. We have one that is 30% off codingphase.com. So get access to all the courses on codingphase.com, everything that has to do in coding, right? And learning the skills, everything is in there. Like I said, get 30% off, and that's extended till this Friday. That also puts you in, if you sign up now, that puts you in a giveaway where one of you guys is going to win a brand new MacBook, right? We have it somewhere right here. I don't even know what the box is, but it's here. We haven't shipped it yet. Somebody's gonna win it, okay? So the only way to actually get in this giveaway is basically if you're somebody that's coming in with the Memorial Day code, right? If you have that coupon code on your account, one of you guys by Monday, I'm gonna announce the winner. I'm also gonna announce the winners of the actual giveaways that I said that I was gonna do 2 weeks ago, right? Where I said I was gonna give you guys some money and also some sneakers for some of you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna announce all of that on Monday. All right. So yeah, it's just we're extending it till this Friday. By the way, also if you've been interested in the Profitable Developer course, for those of you guys that are interested in, monetizing your skills, you want to come in and you want to learn how do you go in and use your skills to make money online. I'm teaching you everything in there. Okay. I'm teaching you exactly how I make money. All right. So if you want to take a look at the curriculum of everything that we cover, right? We have the whole introduction, right? We tell you the tools that you're going to need, right? Keeping you with the right mindset. A lot of times people put high expectations for themselves and that's why they give up. The way how you got to look at, making money online is really about going in and saying, okay, how do I bring in an extra $1,000 a month? Once you're able to accomplish that, then from there, whatever it is that you've done, you can scale it. And then now you say, okay, how can I go in and make this into $5,000? So I cover all of those things in here so you guys can go in and start the process. Understand this, guys, that everything takes time. But if you don't plant the seed, do not expect any fruits. That's just the facts, okay? If you don't invest in yourself, you don't go in and say, hey, I want to do something different. I want to go in and see my future to, be looking much different than where I'm at right now. Don't expect fruits. Nothing's going to happen for you. Life doesn't come in and say, hey, here's a nice little gift, like out of nowhere. No, you got to work towards it. So even when you're making money online, it's a process. The first time that I made my first, $30, it took me a whole month for me to make $30 back then in 2011. All right. But fast forward to now, I've been able to consistently be making over $10,000 a month since I started on this journey of making money online. There's been months that I've made $100,000, $200,000. There's been months that I've made $50,000, right? And the average at the bare minimum is $15,000 to $20,000 a month. So how do I do that, right? It's very simple. I had to start somewhere. I had to figure out, how do I go in and use the skills that I have as a developer and then plant that seed? So then now that thing could give me fruits in the future. And that's where I'm at right now. You get what I'm saying? So again, you have to start somewhere, and that's what I want to go in and show you guys in here. There's a lot of stuff that you guys can do. You can freelance in different platforms. We're talking about Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer, people per hour, right? There's a whole bunch of different platforms out there that you could go in and freelance and use the skills that you have. Again, what I'm trying to tell you with this is that you don't have to say, how do I make $20,000 on my first month? It's not going to happen. Very rare that ever happens. That's like winning the lottery. If you do that, shit, you're doing better than me. Because my first month, I made $30. Okay, that's just the facts. Now, once you get started with this, okay, for freelancing, it could be a little bit easier. You could make an extra 500, extra 1,000, extra 2,000 on your first month. It's not that difficult to think, to actually make it happen. But when it comes to like creating some type of platform, digital product, right? Maybe a software as a service, that takes time. So I want you guys to understand that. But as you start going in and building different applications and different digital products, you'll start making money. And one thing that I want you guys to always remember is think about the long-term effects of it, okay? When you come in, for example, you create a digital product, don't think about how many sales you're getting per day. Think about what's your average per year, okay? I know it sounds crazy, like per year, but it adds up. Because 1 month you might have 2-3 sales, right? And then the following month you might have 15. So if you go in and you have a digital product that's being sold for $100, right? That first time that you sell those products online, right? You might only make $400, $500, but the following month it might be $1,500, it might be $2,000, $3,000. Then the following month is $7,000. Then the following month it might be $500 or $100. But now when you think about it as the long term of 1 year, then now you say, okay, cool. This year I was able to sell, let's say 200, 3, or let's say 2,000 products in total, right? Of your whole year, which is not unheard of, right? 2,000 is not that much. But now when you look at it and you say, okay, shit, I got 2,000 sold at, at $100 a pop, that's $20,000. Now you take that money with what you already earned on your job, and let's say you're making 80,000, now you made 100,000 for your whole year. One thing that you got to remember this, guys, most of the companies that I ever worked for, I never got paid $100,000 and up, okay? And that was a personal choice. The reason why I did that, even though companies gave me offers to stay with them, offering me 120, 130, right, 104,000, and why I didn't take it is because I already knew that if I take a job where there's less responsibility and less stress, I can actually go in and focus on my side income. It doesn't cost me anything to work on the side and make an extra $10,000 to $30,000, $40,000. The same money that they were gonna pay me, I could get that on my own. All right. And the cool thing is that, yes, that first year you might make $20,000, $30,000, but the following year becomes 50. Then on your third year now becomes 100, and so on and so on and so on. You get what I'm saying? Because it's a snowball effect. When you have the skills, right? Think of it as a carpenter, okay? You could work for a company and you could build, let's say you work for IKEA. You build freaking chairs, right? But guess what? That doesn't stop you from actually using your skills. And if somebody needs a shed on the weekend, you'll charge them $2,000 for that, right? If someone comes in and needs a custom table, you go in and charge them $500 for that. Now you go in, you got multiple clients, multiple people that want your products. Guess what? Now you're bringing money in with the skills that you have. Plus, you have your full-time job. You get what I'm saying? So again, that's why for me, it was a personal choice where I said, I don't want to take jobs that I have to have too much responsibility, where I have to do mad work, and I don't have the mental space to come home and work on my side income. Because when I came into this game, my goal wasn't to be a worker for somebody. My goal was to go into the industry, learn from within, and then leave out of there with the knowledge and the skills that I need to build my own businesses. You get what I'm saying? It's a different strategy. I could have went in and say, well, let me go up the corporate ladder, become a freaking systems architect, CTO. I don't want to do none of that shit. That's not my company. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather go in and have my own company, have my own products, my own services, and I'll make my own money. So then one day, right, I could leave out of the industry. I don't have to work for anybody. Okay? And if I decide to work for somebody, it's because I want to, not because I have to. There's a huge difference. It's a freedom that you get. But the way how you do that is by actually going in and planting that seed. If you don't plant that seed today, okay, don't expect fruits 10 years from now. You're still going to be in the same place. People still get laid off. People get, freaking fired from jobs. Guess what? If you never set yourself up for success, don't expect success to be coming after you, okay? So that's what I'm doing with this course and showing you guys every single thing that I've done over the years and showing you the right strategies. There's a lot of times that I made a lot of mistakes, a lot, okay? A lot. And that's what I'm trying to save you guys from with this course, with the Profitable Developer course. Right now, you could get it for 75% off. By the time June 1st, you're going to have to buy it full price. It's up to you if you want it. If you feel there's value in here, you can take it. If you feel like, man, I like my job, Joe. I don't plan on doing any money online. I don't want to do no side income. Stay where you're at. I'm not here to convince you. You get what I'm saying? But for those of you guys that understand, a job is a job, and you have to figure out ways for you to make money on the side so you don't have to work for somebody for the rest of your life. Okay? So again, freelance platforms, we go in, we teach you everything in here, right? Everything how to do it, best platforms, the strategies, right? Building the right profile, marketing options, scale, third-party platforms, right? And I also give you the task, every single step that you need to go in and add as a project, right? For your project management tool. So that way there's no excuses, right? A lot of people make excuses for themselves because they see that for you to set up a business or to start making money online, there's a lot of things that you have to do, right? But where do you begin? That's why you have all of these tasks one by one there. So you could go in and say, okay, cool. Maybe right now I don't have the time to do every step, but shit, I'll get it done this year, okay? So throughout this whole year, you go in and you knock this out, I guarantee you're going to see the return on investment by the end of this year, okay? If you do the steps. You don't have to do everything in one shot, right? Because it does take time. You got to set up a website. You got to create a profile in all of these platforms. You got to create the type of gigs that you might want to do, right? How much do you charge, right? Now I got to create a social media account. I got to create Instagram, a TikTok, a YouTube, right? A Twitter account for my business. All of that takes a little bit of time, right? But you have enough time to do this shit, okay? The goal is for you to go in and have everything laid out for you. You go in and you do step by step, okay? And then by the end of this year, you'll be like, okay, great. I got everything done. I'm already making some money. Next year, we're going to scale whatever it is that we're doing this year. You get what I'm saying? And it's the process. Some of you guys are going to have success right away. I see it all the time, right? There's people that are way more successful than me, right? That have gotten to places way faster than me. That's just how life is. Some of you guys is going to come in and be like, yo, Joe, I blew you out the box. You get what I'm saying? Like, you only made $30 on your first time trying to make money online. Guess what? I made $3,000. That's going to be your story, right? For some of us, we're gonna have to go in and grind it out. But it's not really about like this is a race between any of us. Okay, a dude goes in and makes $50,000 on his first year. That's his story. I go in and I make $10,000, $15,000 extra. That's my story. But at the end of the day, by me being consistent and continue to grow and scale everything that I'm doing, I'm still gonna get to the same place. You get what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I want you guys to understand. So yes, we cover freelance platforms. We show you how to get local services, right? Like local business for so you could freelance, right? We go into the digital products, everything that you see me here doing, okay? From the courses, the products that we create, even the freaking hats and the stuff that I have, right? All of this, I'm just monetizing my skills, okay? Guess what? Everything that I'm doing here is the same shit that I would have been doing for a company, but me getting paid a salary, right? Let's say right now, for me doing what I'm doing right now, right? Let's say this role, me being on YouTube and talking to you guys, this is what they call a developer advocate. I easily could go in and make $150,000 doing this, all right? But why would I do it for someone else when I could do it for myself and earn $1 million and up? That's the question, right? So this is what I'm trying to teach you guys. Every single thing that you can do to monetize your skills. You have a skill, okay? The same way how a company puts value in it and says, well, we'll give you $50,000, we'll give you $100,000 for a year of your work. Guess what? That work that you have is worth something. It generates them money. So how can you use that same knowledge and those same skills and use it for you? Okay? Again, I'm just trying to put you guys on. Whoever wants it, wants it. Whoever don't want it, hallelujah. Stay working where you at. You're going to be there the next 10 years. And I'll come back. Most of the people that come and take this course, well, you'll see them in a different situation. You'll still be in the same place. You know, don't be mad at the world and the universe when you're still doing the same shit. It's up to you. Okay? So in here, like I said, we have the digital products. We go over how to figure out what type of digital products you could create, Shopify themes or WordPress themes. We talk about how to get AI to help you out to create the products, creating PDF files. We talk about video games. You want to create video games, especially online. That's a big thing now. How do you go in and create a game so you could go in and make money with your skills as a JavaScript developer? There's multiple ways that you can make money online. Just by building any type of website, a niche site, all of those things, you can do it. How to create your own course. Okay, a lot of times people will be like, whoa, the guy creating a course that sells a course is teaching me how to sell a course. Guess what, guys? There's people that want to have your skills and your knowledge, and it could be outside of programming. People get this thing wrong. They think like if you are a developer, you got to teach about development. If right now, let's say right now, you're a player, right? You're a player, you know how to move out here, right? How to bag girls. There's a course for that. There's people that need that help, okay? Hey, how to date as a developer. That's a course right there. That's a niche no one else has been doing. That's an opportunity. How to travel as a developer, right? Or how to become a digital nomad. If you're somebody that comes in and is traveling the world and you're working remotely, there's people that want to know what are the steps to do that. Guess what? You got a family and you want to travel the world, and guess what? You don't know how to go in and set up, teaching your kids at home, all of those things, the process to be able to travel the world with a family, and you're doing that. Guess what? Create a course on it. Okay? Create a course on it because someone needs that information and that knowledge. And the game is to be sold, not to be told. Because you're going to make mistakes and things that cost you money that no one else is going to come in and give you that money. So, for example, I'll give you, again, let's go into that niche. Let's say I'm a parent, right? I got 2-3 kids. How do you go in and teach kids at home, right? What are the books? What are the things that they need to study? What's the curriculum that you need to follow, right? And how do you travel with kids to, let's say, to Thailand or Bali, right? That's a niche. There's people that need that information, right? But guess what? By you traveling It costs you money to pay for those flights. It costs you money to stay in the Airbnbs. It costs you money to go in and rent the location, and that location was more expensive than the other one, right? That now you have. It costs you an extra $6,000 to do that whole trip. Guess what? By you going in and creating a course on it and breaking it down for other parents that are in need of that, you just saved them $6,000 that they was gonna have to spend. You know what I'm saying? So again, creating courses on, I know people put it online, be like, oh my God, fucking everybody got a course. The truth is that people should have courses. If I can learn something from you and you have something that I need, I'm gonna buy your course. That's just me. I'm one of these people that I'm looking for self-help. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here investing on myself. You know, when I started learning how to trade, what did I do? I bought a course, right? I signed up to a mastermind. It cost me thousands of dollars. I lost thousands of dollars. So if I go in and someone says, hey, Joe, teach me how you're trading and teach me how you are able to make money with this, guess what? I'm not going to tell the person it costs me money. I'm going to say, here's a course and here's $100 or $200, whatever it is. If you want it, you pay it. If you don't want it, you don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different things that you have knowledge of, even the industries that you've worked at. You know, for example, somebody wants to come in and say, hey, I'm a truck driver. How do you go in and buy your own truck? What's the steps that you do it, right? That right there is a course. So there's stuff that you know, right, that you can go in and monetize, right? So we're not just talking about coding. We're not just talking about learning how to go in and click, clack. No, I'm trying to teach you guys how to make money online, how to monetize every single skill that you have, okay? So I'm covering everything, and I'm giving you the whole game plan, okay? Like, y'all know we've made millions with this, right? And I'm giving you guys the whole game plan. So it doesn't matter, you know, what it is that you want to decide to do. We're giving it to you so you could go in and you could build it, okay? Again, we got the marketing sections, right? How to run ads. This is another thing that's big. Guys, if you don't invest in yourself, you're always going to get stuck in the same place. And this is for any type of business. So when you're making money online, I'll give you a great example. You could create a Fiverr account, right? And Fiverr is free. They charge you a percentage of your sales, but it's free to just set up. Now, how do you go in and say, well, if I'm making $1,000, how do I make $10,000? It's not going to come from organic sales. It's going to come from advertisement. You're going to have to go in and take, if I'm making $1,000, I'm going to have to take $500 of that 1,000 and put it right back into the business so I could go in and bring it to 5,000. Okay? When I make 5,000, I'm going to have to take in $2,000 so I could flip that and make it into 10,000. You get what I'm saying? So we go in and we cover the marketing sections. This is stuff that took me years to learn. For some of you guys that remember, you know, back in 2019, 2018, I was frustrated, right? I was frustrated because I came into this game like kumbaya. I thought this whole industry of like developers and everybody here, it was all kumbaya. And what I realized is every single person that you see here on YouTube, they're about their money. There's no friends. There's no, hey, let's collaborate. Let's do. Those motherfuckers, they don't care about you. They don't care about your channel. They don't care about what you do. They want to make their money, okay? So even though y'all remember back in the days, I used to do mad collaborations and bring people here. Go ask all those people if they ever invited me to their channels. I could count with my hand the people that have actually even mentioned my channel or my platform. I could say Tech Rally, Chris Sean, Traversing Media, Dennis Ivy. Who else? That's it. And we've had, I think, at least 20 to 30 people that we gave them their boost when there were nobodies, right? When there were nobodies, they had like 5,000 views, you know, 5,000 subscribers. They come to Coding Phase to get their first jump. Go ask them if they invited me to their platform. Now that they have their big platform, bigger reach, did they invite me? Hell no. They're here for their money, Okay, they're here for the money. They're not here to collaborate. They don't care about that shit. And at the time, I felt frustrated because I came into this game organically, right? Organically, and I wanted to collaborate because when you collaborate, it helps you grow. But guess what? I realized none of these people are here for collaboration. They're here to make their money. And unless you put money in their pocket, they don't even mention you. Even you could be cool with them. You could have drinks with them, you could hang out with them. They don't even mention you just off the strength to not bring their audience to you because they said, well, if I'm gonna bring my audience to him, I gotta get a bag. I had one guy, I forgot his name. I know the name, I just don't want to say it. But it was one dude that was popping on Twitter, popping in a couple of things. No one knew him on YouTube. I come in, I give him a shout out, boom, 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 put him on. He used to pop up all the time on this on the chat, because this is another scheme of how they do it. They start popping up on your live streams. Hey Joe, hey, great content. And that's just for you to go in and give them a shout out and to invite them into your platform. I go in, I say, hey, my guy, you got a good reach on Twitter. It will be cool if, you become an affiliate to Coding Phase. I'll give you a certain percentage of anybody that comes to the platform. Dude said, well, right now I'm charging $4,000. I looked at this dude, I said, never again. I just blocked him. In real life, it would have been, if I bring you to my platform, I'll show you love, and you don't show me that same love, that's disrespect, bro. Okay? I come in with street codes. I don't come in with this corporate shit. I come in with street codes. That's a high to the five fingers type shit. So guess what? I cut that person off. But I'm telling you guys this, right? Because you have to understand how this shit works, right? And the way how I was able to scale, to be able to get up to a point where we was making over $1 million, it wasn't through collaborations. It wasn't through the YouTube algorithm. It wasn't through anything. I had to take the money that I had, right? The little bit amount, because I don't make a lot. A lot of people be like, whoa, Joe must be making No, I don't. I damn near give this shit for free. I had Coding Phase at $5. I didn't make no money off that shit. It cost me $2,000 a month just to go in and set up a lot of the stuff back then. So I was on a negative. And when I started making just a little bit amount of money, I said, let me go in and learn from guys that really know how to do marketing. I spent around like $20,000 just on that, okay? Just on learning. And that helped me to go in, have the knowledge that I needed to be able to run advertisement the right way. And even once I learned it, I still lost money. So that was another $20,000, $30,000 loss that I took there. But then once I figured it out and I knew how to do it properly, then from there, I went all in, put $50,000 in there. Soon as I put that, we was out of here. Now, what I'm telling to you guys is, don't expect the organic reach to go so far, right? The way how you're going to be able to go in and say, well, how do I scale? If I'm making $1,000, $2,000, how do I get to $10,000? You're going to have to take that same $1,000, $2,000 and invest it right back into the business. That's why it's so important to have a job on the side. Because remember, when you're working full time, you have a consistent income. All of these things that we talk on the Profitable Developer course is your side income that's going to become your main income with time. But at least you have that consistent money that's coming in from your job. And then now you have that freedom of saying, well, shit, I made $2,000 this month. I could invest it back into advertisement on Fiverr so my job listing or my gig pops up first from everybody. Now that $2,000 that I invested, I make back $10,000, $12,000. You get what I'm saying? But you have to understand the marketing side of things. This is why I went in and I added that to that course. All right. So again, and we're still adding even more sections to this. This is not done. We're still going in and adding the whole software as a service and microservices. So if you've been wanting to go in and create, software as a service, and you are a full stack developer, how is it that you go and grow? How is it that you go and get a platform that no one knows? How do you use social media to bring you the organic traffic that you need so you could get your first 100, 200 customers. But then from there, now you also have the knowledge of marketing and how to run your own ads. So as that money comes in, you invest it right back into the business. And now, instead of you just having 100 customers, now you have 1,000 customers. So if you're charging $5, $10 a month, that's a guaranteed of $5,000 to $10,000 a month now, because now you're putting 2,000 in to be able to grow a quote unquote subscription base to 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. You know what I'm saying? I'm teaching the whole fucking game plan. This is $1,000 course. This is why I'm telling you guys, I'm giving it to 75% off till June 1st. After June 1st, I don't care if somebody comes in, Joe, I've been here since 2017. I don't care. This shit costs money. You're going to make money, so I need to get a piece of it because I know you can make money with this shit. I'm giving you the whole game plan. I'm pretty much teaching you everything that took me over 10 years and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I'm giving it to you for 1% of what I freaking, paid for. You know what I'm saying? So again, it is what it is. That's the profitable developer course. Again, I talk too much about it, but I'm excited about this course because this is my favorite course of all time. Because I'm literally, it's like I'm breaking down everything, every single step that I wish someone would have told me. If there was a course like this, I would have done this shit years ago. No one else has this. Not a lot of developers know how to do this shit, right? Not a lot of developers have made millions. They don't know how to do this shit. They could go in and tell you what's faster, a for loop or a while loop. They could tell you what's better, React or Angular, right? They can go in and say, show me the money. Show me how much money you've made on your own, independently with your own businesses, and then you come talk to me. They haven't done that shit. You get what I'm saying? They haven't done that. So it's hard to find people that go in and can teach you all of this unless you go to other niches. You know what I'm saying? There's other niches that are very good. Like, for example, like the drop shipping, right, community. They have people that make money. They know how to fucking make money in the drop shipping community. In the coding and development courses, like, you don't see none of that shit. They don't make bread. They have a job and they could teach you how to do a for loop or a while loop. They can't teach you how to make money because they over here living off the views. You know what I'm saying? They don't really make money like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. There's nobody else that has something like this. Okay? I think the only person that I will say that is close enough will be, what's this kid's name? Clever Programmer. Right? Clever Programmer went down sad and all of this shit because of, malpractices with his boot camp. But I could tell you that kid's smart, right? It sucks that, the way how he did his thing, because he didn't have to do it that way. But he's smart. He's one of the only few people that I've seen here on YouTube that are business savvy, right? I've bumped into him in masterminds. I've bumped into him in other courses from other, like, people that teach about marketing, business. I've bumped into him in those places. So I know the way he moves, he knows how to make money online. You get what I'm saying? But I haven't seen anybody else. All I see is a lot of people that they know how to code, but they don't really make bread like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. I wish there was somebody else so I could learn from them. I'll buy their course and I could learn more, because there's always more that you could learn, right? And I'm not one of these people that's cheap as fuck that be like, well, this shit costs $500. $500 is a steal for me because I spent like $5,000, $7,000 on a course before. So, but what I'm saying with that is, like, I'm giving you guys the whole game plan. You take it if you want to. If you don't want to, hallelujah. But don't tell me after June 1st, yo, Joe, what about the profitable developer course? That shit is literally going to be $1,000. Whoever wants it, you buy it at that time. You'll see the value a year from now, 2 years from now, 4 years from now, when you come back and be like, damn, Joe, I just got laid off, but right now I'm struggling to find a job. I'm like, you should have started fucking in 2025 when I told you to. Plant that seed so when the shit goes left, you go in and be like, I'm already making $100,000 on my own. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to give you guys game. But anyway, shout out to everybody that's in here. Let me see who's in here. Sound is low. I don't know how to sound is low. How high you want me to go? How high do you want me to go? How can the sound be low? You tell me the sound is low. Okay. Hey, yo, a person profitable developer. When I access the videos on there, it's still in the progress. Go log in. It's in there. If you purchase it, it's in there. Sound is too. I don't know how the sound is too low. How you look? I'm seeing the sound peaking. How is the sound too low? How is the sound too low? I'm seeing the sound. It's literally peaking. I don't know. How high do you want me to go? It's peaking, bro. I can't. If I speak louder than that, this shit is gonna blow up your speakers. They're like, yo, the sound is low. I'm like, yo, how can the sound be low? I'm looking at the microphone levels. You got to get better headphones, bro. Josh Mann said, how to pre-order the profitable developer course. Links on the description. It's in there, bro. Hey, there you go. Renee says, I had a phone interview yesterday. I believe it went pretty well. I also have a second round interview on Friday. I need that bag. Let's get it. Coding Face fam. Let's do it. Stop playing with my guy. Let's get that bag, bro. Let me see. What's the most trustworthy job search site? There's so many scams out there. Bro, there's going to be scams everywhere because you have to understand this. Anybody can go in and register to any of these job boards, okay? Anyone can register to them. That's why we have entry-level jobs.ai where we look for the jobs and basically you go in there and all those jobs that's in there, they're legit. You get what I'm saying? But if you're going to do it yourself and search for jobs on your own, understand that that's the risk that you're going to go. You know, it's like, because anybody can create a fake company and post a job and then, you know, just to get your email and your phone number. Anybody could do that. Now it's up to you if somebody calls you and they say, hi, my good sir. Yeah, it's me, Shawan. Yeah, Shawan. Yeah, it's me from Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian princess. All I need is $500 from you, and we could help you get a job. Yes. If better yet, if you give me your social security number too. Yeah. Right. Thank you, my good sir. Your new job will be on your email. Just check your email, okay? Okay. Yeah. Shawan. I'll see you later. I'll see you. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Got him. Got him. And then there's a deep ass voice. Got him. Yeah. Yeah, my good sir. We got another one, Bobby. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. If you decide to be putting your freaking social security number to anybody, you don't need to give your information, nothing. You give your resume. At the most is your phone number. That's it. You go in and you start giving too much info, that's on you. Shawan pop up. Hi, Shawan. Hi, this is calling from Wakanda's kingdom. Yeah, we're looking for a full stack developer. $500,000 starting, no experience required. Yes, all you have to do is fill out this application. It costs $500. And yeah, and can you put your social security number? It's just policy here in Wakanda. You know, it's just the policy. You start asking, but why do I have to give my social security number? Well, my good sir, we just need your social security just to identify that you are the right person. You know, sometimes we got to do, you know, we got to do a credit check to give you this job in Wakanda. That's on you if you get caught on that. You get what I'm saying? You know? I'm sorry, guys. Yo, I'm just thinking like, yo. Yo, there's a dude. I know somebody will fall for that shit. Hi, my good sir. This is Shawan from Wakanda. Yeah, we're looking for a full stack developer. $500,000 starting. No experience required. Only React. All we need is for you to fill out this form. It's $500 for the application so we could do a background check. And make sure, don't forget to put your social security number, sir. It's just policy. It's just policy here. Wakanda got vibranium, and there's a motherfucker that will go and fall for that shit. Yeah, we just trying to protect our vibranium. We just got to make sure you don't work with, your background is not nefarious or some shit, right? That's on you if you fill out the application and you give them $500. But understand, you got to apply to every job out here. You can't go in and be like, I'm not going to apply to any job. Now, the shit said Wakanda, yeah, you got to walk away, my guy. It's just policy. Yeah, that's like one time I was on the phone. Somebody called me up talking about, hi, sir, this is it was like some girl, but she sounded like she got a Eastern European, you know what I mean? Like some Ukrainian, Slavic, freaking accent. And she's like, yeah, we're calling from Zillow, sir. It seems like you rented 2 apartments here in Utah. I'm like, I don't live in no Utah, right? Then the bit goes in and tells me, sir, you rented 2 apartments, you haven't paid for it. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't even live in Utah. How would I rent a spot in Utah, right? And like, well, it seems somebody took your information, da-da-da. And then I'm like, this just seems sketchy as hell. I told her, like, listen, I don't think that you're calling the right person, right? And then the big goes in and says, sir, I'm going to transfer you to the FBI. And I say, oh my God. Yo, imagine that Zillow calls you and tells you, we're going to transfer you to the FBI. Why would Zillow have the number of the FBI on a... Yo, if you're going to scam, learn how to scam, dummy, right? Now she transferred me to another dude with a fucking Slavic accent. And I'm like, bro. He's like, hi, sir, this is Detective Smith. I'm like, come on, y'all got to do better. I'm like, yo, y'all got to do better. With all the energy that you guys are putting in right now to spend time with me, talking on the phone, y'all could do something positive. You could have a good job, bro. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing with your life? And then the guy goes in and hangs up. Like... You got to use your brain too. Somebody's calling you from whatever. Hi, sir. This is from Google. And the phone number pops up from fucking Chicago. They're going to call you from Mountain View in California. They're not going to call you from, you know what I'm saying, from Chicago. Okay? So that's on you. Okay? Shout out to Sonia. What's going on, Sonia? Let me see. Yes, Renee got it as soon as it came out. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. Shout out to Daniel. 75% off. Yeah, it's a good deal. Only reason I'm doing it is so people don't go in and be like, damn, Joe, I want to take it, but it's too much. It's like, nah, I'm giving it to you at the freaking price that I could lowest give it to you. If I put it any lower than that, I might as well give it out for free, which I'm not. You get what I'm saying? 75% off 1,000, that's good. That's $250. If you can't invest $250 on yourself, then don't do it. Stay where you at and continue doing what you're doing. And, maybe you'll have some results with whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? I just know that the shit that I teach and the shit that I put on this course is things that you're going to make money with. So at that point, I'm not giving it to you for free because I know you're going to make bread. You know what I'm saying? That's just the facts. Howdy, Joe. What's going on? Dub says, Joe, you inspire me. I'm better off from what teaching at Coding Face. Hey, congrats, man. Welcome to the community. You know how we do. Rubbing in says, trying to get into email development, but I noticed that the rules isn't common in the UK when searching for jobs. Yes, in the UK, it's a little bit different. I think they have it's marketing. You got to search for marketing. You're not going to really find for email developer. You're going to have to search marketing specialist, and then from there, you're going to be able to find some positions that way. But like I said, chip Cheerios. Shout out to my people in London. Shout out to the East End. You know what I mean? If you don't know, you don't know. You know, I need to get my freaking my UK accent up. I need to go over there, touch down in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Touch down in the hood, soak it in, come in and come back and be like, yo, what's going on? This shit rubbish. Chip Cheerios. You know what I mean? Now, but the UK, I've been dying to go to the UK. I never been over there. Those my peoples though, man. Let me see. Shane Dion says, where exactly is the profitable development course? Links in the description, my guy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? People be like, okay, you put them on, and then when you hit them up, they asking some outrageous prices, and be like, bro, like, all right, cool. So if everybody's about their money, now my attitude is fuck everybody. I don't work with nobody. I don't shout out to nobody. I don't do nothing because nobody does it for me. So now it's like, okay, cool. It's the same energy. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, D. Thomas is like, wait, what? So yeah, nah, Thompson, I'm not talking about you, bro. Sean McLean says, so far I just crossed $100. It's a slow start, but the course works. Yes, get in there. Yeah, you got to go in, and it's a process, just like I told you, Sean. When you're making money online and you're monetizing your skills, don't look at the day-to-day thing, right? Because like I told you, you already passed what I've made, right? My first month of me making money online was $30. I had a niche website, and that website was for promoting like bike hiking and like, you know, gear that you needed to hike with, right? I spent a whole month doing it. I built it with WordPress. I basically created some articles, created some YouTube videos, right? By the end of the month, when I looked at my Amazon affiliate account, I only made 30 bucks. Okay? Made 30 bucks and I think like $12 on Google AdSense, right? So that's not life-changing money. But what that did was it showed me the process. It showed me, oh, this shit is real. It's like right now, you made your first $100, right? You pre-order the course, you pay $250. So half the money that you already invested, you already made it back. Now is how do you scale those things that you already did? So you're creating a digital product on Etsy. How do we go in and say, okay, cool, this product worked. That's one product. Let's go in and create another one. So we could build a catalog, right? By the time you have like the end of the summer, you'll have 3 to 4 different products. Those products, each one is selling, you know, let's say 2-3 times a month, right? So now you have, let's say, I don't know, let's say 100 sales. 100 sales from now to September, right? Or even October, right? If you're selling them at $100, right? $100 a pop, right? That should be what? 10,000 if I'm not mistaken. You know me, I got to bring out the calculator. Yeah, so it's around, you know, $10,000. So that right there is $10,000 that you say, okay, cool, this is what we made for this year. All right. Now let's go in and scale this for the following year. The same thing that I did, I'm going to create more products. So remember, all of these products that you're creating are things that's going to be sold regardless, right? And that's how you should do it. Don't try to build things that's just seasonal. Like I'll give you an example. Like if you right now create a, I don't know, React version 17 course, for example, right? That's seasonal. The moment React 17 is not around and 18 comes out, that 17 course is not going to sell, okay? So you want to create something that is constantly going to be, it's what they call like evergreen, that's going to sell no matter what, okay? That's going to sell no matter what. So you create something for a specific niche. Here's I don't know, a Shopify theme for a store for baby products. You know people need that type of store no matter what, at least 100 times per year. So if you go in and you have that at $100, that's $10,000 just from that one product. You go in and create another digital product or another theme or another thing that brings you in another 500 sales per year. Now it just continues to start stacking up. Now when you look back and you say, well, damn, I've been doing this shit for 3 years. Now I'm making $100,000 a year, right? Then now you decide what I did. In 2017, I had no reason to quit my job, right? And say, okay, I'm just gonna do this thing of like just focusing on my businesses online. But when I'm making more money than the job that I'm going to, at that point I gotta make a decision and say, well, if I'm doing this shit on the side and I'm getting a full-time job where I gotta show up every single day, every single, 9 to 5. They basically asking me for, a bunch of shit. I gotta fucking deal with people's faces and every single day. Why am I doing this when I'm already making over 100,000 by myself? Let me go and do that shit full time. And at that point, you go in and you take out the plug, get out of the matrix. Welcome back. You know what I mean? I'm giving you right now, this the two pills. You want the red pill, you want the fucking blue pill. I'm Morpheus right now. Which one you want? It's up to you. But it's a process. So, Sean, that's how you got to look at it. You know what I mean? The number one thing that I told you even from the beginning is I want you to, whatever it is that you already invested into this, make that money back as soon as possible. Because once you do that, everything from there on is profit. You know what I'm saying? If you say, well, and you start thinking of it as a business, I invested $250. I pre-ordered this course. I got access to all of this. Everything that I learned from that has helped me generate income. The moment I make $250, I'm already on the profit. I'm already on. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, just continue to scale. Just like I told you in the course, you got to create a catalog, right? This is why you see me. I have a million different things. When my accountant has to go in and look at where all the income coming from, we got Shopify, we got Stripe, we got PayPal, we got Google Ads, we have Teachable, we have Etsy. Shit, I have so many different places, bro, that income comes from, that even if one gets hurt, the other ones hold me down no matter what. And that's what you want to do. You want to do a catalog of a bunch of different products and services that you have created. Once you accomplish that, we're talking 100,000 and up. Okay? Everything is in there, it's laid out for you. Just follow every single thing. And don't be lazy. Okay? The goal is to make money. The goal is not to do one thing. Excuse me, guys. The goal is to make money. The goal is not to do one thing. I'll give you a great example. When I was making money with just Google Ads, when I had just my blogs and my niche websites, I was still freelancing. So if somebody came in and told me, hey, Joe, could you build me this simple website? I got $500 for you. I'll go in and do it. Okay? Even right now, somebody comes in and tells me, hey, Joe, I need you to build me a website. It's $2,000. I might not build it. I might hire one of my students. And now I'm the middleman. And I'll say, shit, I'll take 30% just because I'm bringing the business. But I'm not too big to say no. You get what I'm saying? This is why you see me grinding every single day. Somebody will, most people don't do the shit that I do, right? I'll give you an example. Look, when somebody comes in and says, hey, Joe, I'm interested in signing up to codingphase.com, okay? I want to sign up to codingphase.com and I want to come to your platform, but I got a couple of questions. Can I book a call with you? I'm not too big to hop on a call with somebody. Guess what? Because if I go in and I explain everything to them and they're interested in this, right? I'll go in and say, well, shit, for my time, I was able to already get paid if the person signs up. Sometimes they don't sign up. Sometimes people don't, they just want to waste time. But that's fine. I'm not one of these people that's like, I'm already making, $10,000, $50,000. I'm not big enough to go in and have that luxury. I'll go in and work with you. I'll sit down and have a talk. It's the same thing for you, Sean. If you're doing the Etsy products, also to set up your Etsy services, also to set up your Fiverr services, because when 1 month a product gives you $1,000, $2,000, a freelance project might give you another $2,000. Now your month from side income is $5,000. That's another thing too that I cover in the course. Like, that's why I'm giving you everything from freelancing, right? Freelancing locally, digital products, and then from there, the next step is software as a service. How do you do that, right? So, don't get stuck. You have this knowledge. Monetize every fucking way, bro. every single thing. The goal is that you gotta have money making. You gotta be making money independently when you go to sleep, and then making money when you're awake. Right? Those digital products, you could leave them alone, and they're gonna sell by themselves once you do the work. Now, while you're active, you go in and you do the services, the things that you could get money on your time, from, on a day-to-day stuff. The goal is to go in and be like, okay, how much can I stack up this year? You know what I'm saying? This is why you see me doing all the stuff that I do. Plus, I'm still trading. Like today, I had a crazy day in the stock market. I took a little L, right? Which is fine, things go up and down like anything in life. But I'm still in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm still grinding. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll do a couple of things because my goal is to just make money every freaking day. Like if I see that I had like a $2,000 day, that shit fucks up my day. I need to have 5,000 and better every single day. And if I'm able to do that, that lets me know I had a productive day. Okay? And that's what I would say for you, Sean. Like, because you have the skill, but don't just do just the digital product. Digital products is like a catalog. You want to go in and do active services too. So as those products start building up, you could also go in and start making that extra cash. Shout out to everybody in here. I'm looking through the chat. What's going on? What's the difference between the profitable developer course and the entrepreneur developer course? Yes, the profitable developer course is brand new, right? This is what I'm showing you with 10 plus years of me making money online and how to monetize my skills as a developer. The entrepreneur developer course, I break down the things that you could do to make money as a developer, but we could say that's kind of outdated in a sense. That's like, that's as much knowledge as I had till like 2020. What we've been able to do from 2020 till now, it's out of here. It's a different ball game. We didn't cover marketing. We just talked about like niche websites. What else? Niche websites. Some parts of freelancing. We talked about how to set up your LLC, set up all of those things. In that course is more business centric. This is more like the actual things that you have to do in every step. Let me see. Tony the Pony, how to get a BBL as a developer. Word. You know what I mean? Shit. How to trap as a developer. How to serve your custies and having a full-time job. Let me see. Yo, will you be selling courses on day trading? I'm gonna be building that in June. In June, I'm gonna be building that. For June, we're gonna be building it. Right now, it's all profitable developer. What I'm focusing on. Right now, I'm going to the next stage, which is software as a service. And that's what I'm doing. Let me give you guys a little preview. Damn, I need to get some water, bro. This water's mad stale. Bro, I'm like drenching sweat. It's 100 degrees out here, bro, in fucking Florida right now. It's crazy. Like, I've never seen this heat, bro. The heat that is on right now, that's how I know this freaking hurricane season is going to be crazy. Good thing I took away all the trees, all this shit. Fingers crossed there's no tornadoes. But this shit is wild right now. This is freaking crazy. I can't believe it's so freaking hot. I'm like burning up right now. So yeah, I'll give you guys a little quick preview. So this is something that I'm building right now. This is my next software as a service that I'm gonna launch, hopefully by June, July. It's basically an app to help you. Um, hold on, to help you. Hold on, give me 1 second. To help people, basically with trading, right? So this is how it looks. Here we go. Okay, great. Cool. So this is how the app looks. It's basically to help you track all of your trading stats. There's a couple of companies that's out there. I'll give you like an example. Like this one called Trader View, right? And what they actually do is like they just go in and give you charts. There's nothing really special about them. But I'm taking, some of the things that they've done and taking it to a higher level, and I'm gonna compete with them. And they charge $50 per month for this. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna put it at $20 per month. Now, what's gonna be interesting about this app is that I'm gonna focus on the beginners, right? People trading, right? And learning how to trade and learning how to get into the game, right? And helping them understand what they did wrong. Why is it that they're losing money? How is it that they're going to be profitable? What's going to be the best times that they should be trading? What are the type of stocks that they should be trading? Like, is it going to be, small caps, right? Mid caps, large caps, etc. Right? We're going to get into all of that. We're going to have like a dashboard where they can see all of the different things. They're going to have like goals. So for example, like someone comes in and say, hey, I want to purchase, one of my goals is I want to purchase a Mercedes Benz, right? If that's what they want, right? Let's say it's $50,000, right? They could choose a date, right? And let's say by December 2025, right? Create the goal, and they're going to be able to go in and have, their current progress, like how far are they from actually getting to that goal, and showing them the things that they got to do. And what's the daily target? How much is it that they got to make to be able to buy that, right? So it'll be like daily target is $219 a day. If you make $219 a day, by next year December, you'll be able to go in and buy the car that you want. So again, it's a lot of little stuff that I'm adding to this, but it's pretty interesting, right? Building this, because I'm like, man, I wish I had this tool. And that's the thing. Build things after you already had issues with something. So for example, like the best apps that I've ever built and the things that have made me the most money, it's really coming down to this concept of like, what did I have issues with? What was difficult for me? How can I use my skills technically to solve a specific problem? When I first got into trading, I lost a lot of money. I won a lot of money and then lost it all. And it's because I didn't have a tool like this. I didn't have a way for me to actually keep track of all of my trades. And also too, that gave me pointers. And one of the things, I don't want to give too much of the game, because I know there's people that be watching this shit and they be like, yeah, Joe, thank you for the research. Now I'll build it too. But basically it's like, look into stuff that you've had problems and you see people having issues with, and then use your knowledge as a developer to solve that problem. Because if you have that problem, I guarantee you there's at least 10,000 people that have that same issue. Okay? So that way you'll go in and make money. When it comes to like software as a service, that's the number one thing that I see a lot of people go in and make mistakes. They think that it's about just copying what already works out there, but it's not really just copying. It's about improving what's already out there, or solving a problem that's specific to a specific audience. Okay? So you got to niche down. When you do that, then now you could create a really good product, because maybe, like, let's say, for example, Trader View. Trader View, when you go in there, it's very complex. It's a lot of charts, a lot of different things. It's not beginner friendly. The average person looks at them like, I don't know how to look at this data. But what if you had a platform that actually went in, looked at your data, and gave it to you in plain English and say, this is the best time that you should be trading. This is the type of stocks that you should be trading. And this might be one of the best positions for you to trade for this week, right? Here are, let's say, 10 stocks that are on uptrend, and here are the best points where you should find a, you know, a breakout, for example. So making it very simple for the beginner to come in and say, oh shit, this shit is helping me out, track everything, and also too giving me pointers on how to improve. And by you putting in the data of your trades, now you're feeding the AI more information on what you're doing wrong, and it could literally break down, this is what you did wrong here. You know what I'm saying? So that's my next software as a service. How much do I think I could make out of that shit? Probably $10,000 to $20,000. Hopefully, you know, one of the things that I want to do is I want to jump more into the space of trading, which is going to help that application, right? So I'm probably going to have my YouTube channel, trading phase. Trading phase, I'm going to create more content in there. So it can answer people's questions. And then as they answer, you know, same thing that I do with coding phase. I create content that solves people's problems, right? Answer the questions. Once people come in and they say, okay, cool, this is interesting. It seems like this guy knows what he's doing. He's helped other people, right? I'll go in at the end and say, hey, check out codingphase.com. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same concept. It's a strategy that works. You use social media to bring attention to your services and products that you have, okay? Not to get views, not to be popular. You don't want to be trendy, right? Because you go in, you get 1 million views. How many videos I've had with 1 million views, and I take them down because it's just bringing the wrong audience. I don't want to be popular. I want to solve people's problems, right? Because that's how I make money. I don't make money by getting views, right? And it's the same concept that I'm trying to teach to you guys. When you're building applications, you got to find a niche, find a problem, right? For this channel, what is it that I solve? I solve the problem of beginners getting into the industry. What are the opportunities that they have? And we also go in and help them with teaching them online and also doing the coaching and everything that we do on Coding Phase, right? So everything is connected to codingphase.com. I'm not creating content just to be popular. If I wanted to be popular, I could do that any freaking day. We just did it the other day with one video talking about how many layoffs. You know what I'm saying? I could go in and create a video about layoffs every fucking day and get 50,000, 100,000 views every single day. But why would I do that? Because all it would do is just bring a bunch of people that's negative, that's, you know, already gave up on life. Because that's the type of content, you know, the type of audience that brings. You know, it's like the people that, I mean, I don't want to say people's name, but like Josh Flukes, right? Josh Fluke's channel is great. It's a great because, you know, with that corporate cringe, you know, he's basically been fucking stuck on the corporate cringe for more than 5 years now. That's all the content that he does. But he gets paid from advertisement. So he needs to get 100, 200, 500,000 views. But if I was to do that shit and go in and just focus on one specific niche of just people that's negative, looking for negative content, there's no money in that shit. There's no people that want to do something better for themselves. They want to get a better job. They want to, you know, even look for a new product or a new service. They're not looking for that shit. They're looking for content to feel bad about their lives, and they're not trying to change it. You know, it's like the people looking just for layoff videos. Man, they just laid off in Microsoft. They just laid off in Google. If you get stuck in that algorithm, you're not going nowhere. I'm letting you guys know right now. That shit puts you in a negative mindset, right? And misery loves company. People that's in that community, in those type of fucking videos, they already gave up, right? You'll see the comment section be like, yeah, because AI is about to take over the jobs. AI is the reason people is quitting their jobs. So a guy that was thinking about becoming a developer or doing something with his life, he goes in and be like, why would I even learn? All the jobs are being taken by AI. All the jobs are taken by Indian developers. And then mind you, they'll get stuck for 5 years, 10 years doing the same bullshit job, you know, working at Wawa, doing Uber, doing some random shit that they don't want to do. And they get stuck there because they just fall into this place where it's just negative content. I don't watch that type of content. I don't create that type of content because every day I want to do better. I want to make my life better. You know who I'm watching? I'm watching Ross Cameron. Dude is going in, making, $50,000, $100,000 a day. Those are the people that I want to watch. I don't want to watch about a guy, man, I can't find a job. I don't want to listen to that shit. There's enough shit going on in the world, in my own life, to go in and then now I got to go and listen to your negative shit. I'm not listening to that. It's not going to do anything for me, right? Shout out to everybody in here. Yeah, that's life after layoff. I don't even want to hear that shit. I don't want to I don't want to be around that environment. You get what I'm saying? Show me the people that's still hired. What did they do? I don't want to hear about, I just got laid off and this and that. It's like, now what we're going to do? We're going to hug each other and sing Kumbaya and we all don't have a job? No. I'm going to go in and start looking for content that's going to help me find my next job. You get what I'm saying? Reading through here. Shout out to everybody in here. Trapping out the bandwidth. You already know. Yes, lock in, bro. I'm telling you, create your Fiverr, create your Upwork. Also, too, social media is very important, Sean. You need to start posting online on every platform, from Pinterest, right, all the way to Etsy, right? If you go in and you search Shopify theme, right, and you go on shopping on Google, you need to start paying attention to these people that's here. What are they doing for them to pop up here, right? So look at this, Pastel Grid, right? This is probably a Shopify website. So this is something that you might want to think about doing next. So you could pop up on Google, right? This is a theme that they sell on Etsy, but they also have it listed on Shopify. So when they're not getting sales on Shopify, on Etsy, they're selling on Shopify through Google. And remember what I told you, it's a catalog, my guy. You'll have it on ThemeForest, Etsy, Creative Market, Pinterest, Gumroad. Put it on every single platform. Because if one by one gets you one sale a day and you're selling it for $80, you making, life-changing money in a sense, right? Because now you could go in and say, well, guess what? Maybe I don't need a job. Maybe I'll just do this full time. This is when people see me here, they'll be like, how does this guy fucking makes money? This guy, those courses must be doing good. They don't even fucking know that Coding Phase is like 35% of my income. Most of my income is from digital products and shit that I sell online. And now one thing that is gonna overshadow all of my other income is trading. Just by me trading, we making bags, bro. Like, no cap. Like, we just went in today earlier. We made a bag, and I took a risk. And this is why I'm creating this app where for the trading journal and showing me, because I need this shit. Even I need it. Sometimes I take more risk than I need to. I'll give you an example. This morning, right? Don't tell my wife, if you're watching this shit, you could close it, close the phone right now. This is not for you. You don't need to watch this shit. This morning, I don't make $7,000, right? Now, that's a 5-minute opportunity. Whoop, boom, make your bread. I get greedy. I'm like, let's go in and let's make 10. Right? I know deep down inside, in the back of my head, I'm like, yo, I need to get out. I need to get out this trade. I hold this thing, Okay, and I'll show you guys right now which one was it. I hold this thing. I hold this thing from being up 7,000, right? I'm up from like here, boom, right? And then I'm supposed to sell here, right? I'm supposed to sell here. I'm up like 7,000, bro. I'm up like 7,000. I go in and I hold this shit because I'm like, nah, this shit's gonna go to 5. And if it goes to 5, I'm gonna make 10,000. Guess what happens? Nope. So then now I have to come out and leave, losing the $7,000 up, and now $2,000 down. Okay? Greed. Greed. Okay? Now, for somebody, if you ain't got no bread like that, you be like, holy shit, Joe, what are you doing? It don't matter because tomorrow I'm gonna make like $6,000-7,000 again. But this time I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna put this shit through the app. And be like, yo, boom, reminder. Don't be greedy. Get out at the certain amount. Boom. Okay. But what I'm saying with that is like, just on trading alone, we already making a killing, bro. Like this is on a daily basis type shit. Like soon, I'm being honest. I'm just waiting until I really get my system down where I have 2 months in of just nothing but greens, right? Once I accomplish that, right now my profit and loss, I'll be having basically 1 red day out of the week and 4 days to 3 days dark that's green, which is fine. It's good. I'm still profitable. But the moment I have 2 months, this is my goal. I want to have 2 months straight of just green, 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 green. I'm going to come back in with the real bag. And now, because right now I'm doing small trades. I got a long-term portfolio that's like for Nvidia, Apple, Tesla. But once I go in and we go and we hit this mark that I want to hit, which is like a personal mark, that's when I go in and I say, now I've already mastered this shit where I have 2 months of complete greens. I'm coming back in heavy. Right now we're doing like a $5,000, $10,000 trades. I'm coming back in with $100,000 plays every single time. If I go in there and I catch a 10%, 20%, or 50%, that's a $10,000, $50,000 on a daily basis. At that point, I don't need to do any of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to happen by the end of the summer. By the end of the summer, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to give you guys the whole play like, yo, this is how much we're making now, right? But this is why it's so important to do everything that I've been telling you with like getting your job, getting into the industry, right? Getting to save some money so you could invest into other things, invest into yourself, your education, your health, right? Then from there, once you do that, you have to have some side income because your full-time job is to take care of your family. Your side income is the things that's going to help you become wealthy, okay? I wouldn't be here where I'm at making these type of moves and doing these type of plans that I'm setting up for myself if I didn't go in from the beginning and say, let me learn this skill. Joe would have been in the same spot. I would have probably been like a fucking IT worker, connecting printers, connecting phone lines. And I don't want to do that shit. There's no money in that. You know what I mean? I still got a dad that's in the yard. You know what I mean? I still got my mom that's living in Brooklyn. I want to go in and now take it to another level where I can say, Mommy, here's a house. I haven't been able to do that, right? But how do you do that? You got to take risk and, invest in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, you're going to be in the same fucking place. I'm not going to say all my friends, but most of my friends that I grew up with, I go in, I go back on them and check up on them. They're doing the same shit that they were doing 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Every 5, 6 years, I'm reinventing myself. It's like right now, I don't went in super hard with coding phase and did all this shit. I did this for 7 years. Now I'm scaling down on coding phase. This is why in June 1st, not June 1st, January 1st, 2026, I'm only taking 100, 200 students per year because I still want to help people, but I don't want to have thousands of people because that takes too much of my time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have Karen do all that. Be like, yo, Karen, run coding phase, uh, right? But how do you do that? It's like you have to start reinventing yourself and always learn new things. For me right now, it's trading. I wish I would have fucking done this shit years ago. I'm so mad at myself. Every day I'm so mad at myself that I'm like, why didn't I do this shit 10 years ago? Because the thing is, like, you always think everything is a scam, especially when you're coming from the bottom, right? It's like right now, somebody comes in and watches me here on YouTube. They'll say, this shit is fucking some scam shit. This shit don't work. You got to take a risk, right? If I didn't take a risk, I wouldn't be here, right? And even back then, when I used to look at stocks, I would look at that as like, it's like retirement money. It's like, because I know you can make money with stocks if you leave it there for 20 years. You'll have money at the end of the day, right? That shit continues to go up no matter what. But day trading, right? It just seemed like I don't know, foreign, like some shit that you could lose mad money quickly, right? And you could be broke and now you're in the streets. So I never got into it. And also too, whenever you see somebody talking about trading, you see them with a Lamborghini and this and that, and all that shit to me calls out scam. You know what I'm saying? Like if someone gotta come in here and be like wearing a big ass chain, a Lambo, they gotta sit down like this in front of the video, like, hey guys, yeah, man, because I'm making money and this and that. So you could see the Rolls Royce logo on the seat or the Lamborghini. It just calls out scam. You get what I'm saying? So I always looked at it like, nah, this shit is bogus. This shit is bullshit. This is motherfuckers that be charging $3,000-$4,000 a course for some bullshit that don't even work, right? And I never jumped into it. What a big mistake that was, right? But now, again, like I said, now my mind is more open to things. My mind is like, yo, you gotta take risk. So I took risk. I'm getting into this shit. I got into it, learned a lot of, from a lot of people, a lot of different courses, a lot of different resources, and I've been doing this shit for 2 years now. Now, we have $2,000, $3,000 days like nothing, right? But where I want to get it to is the $10,000, $50,000 a day. And shout out to Ross Cameron. He does that. He has a system that works for him. But for you to make that type of bread quickly like him, you got to put in big bucks. That shit doesn't, you be like, well, I got $1,000. Can I make 100,000? Don't expect it. Like, dude, like, yeah, can I take this 10-cent stock? Can it be $10 one day? Don't expect it. You need to have a lot of bread so you could come in and be like, oh, it went 10 cents. For example, you buy a stock that's $1, right? It just broke out on $1. You got 100,000. You put 100,000. It goes up to 10 cents, $1.10. You come out. Guess what? You just left with $10,000 in less than 5 minutes, right? But that's how he does it. He goes in super quickly, boom, 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 50,000, 80,000, $100,000 a day. He be having $1 million months. That's the goal, for sure. But like I said, you gotta invest in yourself. That's what I'm doing. I'm investing into, really like honing my skills before I take the big leap of like going super hard. Because I got the cash. I gotta make sure, I got kids. I can't just go in and throw 100,000 on a maybe. I gotta go in and throw 100,000 once I already know, like, I have 2-3 months of green. Whereas like I don't even have a freaking L. I don't even have one loss, before you start putting that type of big money in it. You know what I mean? Mulao says, upward, too much Indians. Yeah, there's a lot of Indians everywhere, bro. But the thing is, you got to know how to do that shit properly. You know, there's people that go in and create a Fiverr and be like, whoa, I'm going to get people to come in and sign up to my services. You got to promote it. You got to spend money. You got to put your money so you could pop up in the top #1 spot. You get what I'm saying? If you going in and you create an Etsy account or an Upwork account, be like, well, maybe the algorithm will pick me up. Bro, the algorithm's not going to pick you up. You got no reviews, right? Why would I go in and buy from you if you have 0 reviews, right? And you're charging $100. I could go and get this Indian dude that he has 500 reviews and he charging 45. But guess what? This is where you got to compete. Now you got to bring up your reviews up, right? In the beginning, you got to take a hit and charge a competitive number that people will say, okay, cool, I'm comfortable with paying this. You get what I'm saying? Because if you go in there and you be like, yo, the algorithm's never going to give you that #1 spot. Yeah, the actual thing with code, the seller usually just gives you the code in a zip file to install. Yes. Sarah Gray, what's good? Ma, what's going on? How you been? Wisdom Production says, yeah, my dad in DR too, bro. How much did I put in there? A pretty penny. It wasn't much, right? Compared to, you know, what I've done. But I just started scaling up. I started scaling up. And what I did, one thing that I messed up too on that trade was I went back in. I had sold and then went back in, right? And I was already in profit. And then I held it too long. If you lose 2,000 and you up 7,000 and you down to 5,000, call it a day and get out. I don't know why sometimes I'm like, yo, this shit's about to come back up. And it doesn't. And that's what happens. It's like, because you already, man, I already lost 2,000. You be like, damn, I lost 2,000. But I know how this shit goes. Because then sometimes you come out and be like, damn, I just lost 2,000 or I lost 500. And then you get out. And then that's when the shit pops up again. Bang, and blows up. But what I should have done was I should have had a stop loss. I didn't use a stop loss for this trade. And when the shit dropped, it just dropped so hard. It was like, it went to $4. I think it got to $4.20. And it just dropped so hard. Like, I was like, damn, it got me. And I was like, nah, it's about to pop back up because there was a lot of volume on it. And then I held it past the $3 and the shit went down to $2.80, $2.60. And I'm like, fuck, I'm already down so much. Well, I'm gonna leave out of here with freaking $500 after having, freaking 7,000. And then I held it even longer. So now instead of even leaving with the 500 up, now I'm leaving with 2,000 down. But right now I'm just waiting for another play too that's about to pop up. I'm gonna get my bread back real quick. But it's things that, that's why having a tool, there's things that I go through trading that I feel like I wish I had a good tool that will really go in and reinforce some of the mistakes that I'm making so I could fix it. Because now I'm just like doing it manually through my mind, through my brain and shit. But that's what I'm working on this trader app to really show, like, here's the mistakes that I'm doing every day and how do I improve? Because no cap, I be leaving like every day I'm doing like 4,000 or 5,000, right? Do I leave with 4,000 or 5,000? No, I'm leaving with like 2, 3. Some days I might hit 6, 7, 8, right? But the problem is I'm not leaving at the top of my total value. So I need to go in and start setting up a system for myself where I say, hey man, you made 25%, get out. That's it, period. That's your day. Then, the problem is the greed. Sometimes you want to break your own records. I think I've had some really crazy days, but I'm looking to break my record. And that's where I'm messing up, and that's where having this app is going to be useful, not just for people that's been experienced, but also to beginners, because this is going to remind you of all of those mistakes that you're doing. And then now you understand, you're like, okay, this is the data. This is exactly where I'm messing up. This is where I should be coming in, and this is where I should leave. Because I was looking at my data as I'm loading up some of my trades. One thing that I realized is I'm always up 45%. I'm always up. Almost all my trades is always up 45%. But I leave when I'm like 25%, or I leave when I'm 30%. So that means that instead of me leaving at 45, I leave when the shit comes back down. I shouldn't have to leave when it comes back down. I should leave when I'm on the top. When I'm on the highest point of like my trading day, I should say, hey, boom, that's it, I'm up, and call it a day. So there's things like that's useful for people when they're trading. And that's like why I'm creating that app, because it's like, man, I see it every day. I'm like, yo, if I'm going through this shit and I got 2 years doing it, you know, that's why I got to go in and create this app. Because if I'm having these issues, I know a lot of people have these issues. But anyways, guys, listen, we've been here for an hour and 40 minutes. Like I said, links in the description. Okay. Links in the description. Go check it out. Profitable developer. 75% off. Take advantage. Like I said, it's up to you if you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, it's fine. It's for those that want it. If you don't want it, hallelujah. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just putting the information out, and whoever wants it, wants it. Whoever don't want it, God bless you. I'm still going to create the videos here. I'm still going to love you no matter what. And, thank you for supporting and at least giving this a like and showing up here. Okay. Tomorrow's another day. We'll have fun. We'll crack some jokes. We'll look at some more jobs. We'll look at some more opportunities. We'll answer some more questions, and we'll continue working. But like I said, links in the description, codingphase.com. Memorial Day weekend special is still active till Friday. So you have like another day to get that 30% off. Okay. So let me see. And also to the actual profitable developer course is also in there. Samuel Begay says lifetime won't have access to it, right? Yes, lifetime members is not gonna have to this profitable course. I'm not gonna do it. I already give enough value on codingphase.com, guys. One thing that I'm treating this like a business now. I can't treat this like a your boy. Hey guys, let me get a sandwich because I know you own the store. I can't do it like that no more. I have to go in and treat this shit like a business if I'm gonna do this the right way. So whatever has to do with coding is all inside of codingphase.com. The profitable developer course, I put it there to give people like a preview, get them to be able to have like a pre-order. But this is going to be on a separate website. It's going to be on profitabledeveloper.com, and that's where it's going to be sold. You get what I'm saying? The trading course also too is going to be inside its own website. I'm thinking about maybe tradingphase.com or maybe tradingbasics.com, which is going to be the domain for it. I'm already giving a lot of value, guys. So I can't just go in and say, hey, I'm just going to give every single thing that doesn't even have to do with coding or even getting a job. I'm just going to throw it in there. It wouldn't make sense. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to everybody that's in here. It's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Guys, pay attention to what's happening in the market. There's a lot of opportunities there. Look at the description in the video. And yes, if you want to come to Coding Phase, we're going to take care of you, help you get into this game. Always remember this. My goal here is to help you land your first job position, help you get into the game. And after getting you into the game, how do you go in and you monetize your skills from, whatever you picked up on that job? Always try to get a job first because it's consistent income. You want to have that consistent income and you get to learn on somebody else's dime. Okay. So definitely keep that in mind. All right, I'm gonna see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Andrew Mapimba says, can we watch what? Can we watch the videos that are already there once pre-ordered? Yes. On the pre-order, you pretty much have access to the course and all the videos that's already there. And then once the pre-order is over on June 1st, you have every single thing that's inside of the course available to you. Okay. Sean McLean says, keep this up. Yeah, we're gonna keep it up. I think it was a PG live stream, so we're gonna keep it up. I'm gonna see you guys later. Peace, guys.